for better or worse, have had a lot of exposure to domestic violence. My mum was an abuser. My father was an abuser. Physical, verbal. They beat the shit out of each other. She would falsely accuse him. He would like hit her. She'd hit him. There'd be blood everywhere. It was disgusting, right?
Yeah, wow.
I haven't seen either of them since I was a kid.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And look at the radiant being you turned out to be, mate.
It's a lottery. It's a lottery. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. But later in life, my friends who I grew up with hadn't experienced that, ended up getting into relationships where there was domestic violence, particularly men. And I had one guy that I'm friends with, he's going to hate me for this, but I don't give a shit. He got glassed in the face by a girl and he got put in hospital.
No.
Yeah, he was hospitalized by it. And there was another guy.
Did that make national news?
No, nobody.
If it was a man, it would have made national news.
He was a man. Yeah, exactly. No, nobody
That's
cared.
what I mean.
But then the next guy, he got with a girl. He got baby trapped. So she tricked him into getting her pregnant. And then it starts small. So she started with just belittling. She's like, you're a loser. You've got no money. That's where it starts. And they test what they can do next. So she's like, okay, I can belittle him for his finances. Then she starts screaming at him. And she's like, okay,
what
I can
can
do
I
that.
get away with?
Oh, no, it gets worse. And then she started spitting at him, hitting him. She kicked him in the head while he was asleep. She smashed his car. She smashed his door.
What?
And she would laugh. Sorry if this is hard to listen to. She would laugh and she'd say, no one's going to believe you because you're a guy. Like, what are you going to do? And then one night, oh no, it gets worse. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
And I hate to share this for the audience, but this is real.
Smug narcissism.
Oh, it's worse. I haven't even finished yet. We have to keep going. I'm sorry for everyone that has to listen to this, but it gets worse. She then, she kicked him up, woke him up by kicking him in the head. And then he's like, I've got to leave. She goes, if you walk out that door, I'm calling the police to say that you hit me. And he's like, what? Let me get out of the house. He leaves. She calls the cops. The cops come. The cops arrest him. He goes to jail. And they said to her, are you sure you want to go through with this? She goes, oh no, I just wanted to scare him. And they're
That's
like,
horrendous.
no, it gets worse. And she goes, I just want to scare him. The cops are like, well, you can go to jail. She's like, I'll just take him to jail. He goes to jail. He gets out of jail. He finally escapes this disgusting animal, right? This creature. She's a creature.
Yeah, no other word for it. Yeah.
Oh, she belongs in hell. And then they had a baby together and they separated and she went through all the laws and this is so despicable, I hate even saying it. She read in the legislation that if she breastfeeds the baby, the father has no right to access. So she goes, I'm going to breastfeed the baby until he's 10 so you can never see him. And she's still breastfeeding this kid, not because the kid needs milk.
Not only is it stunting the kid's growth, but that's maternal manipulation.
She's breastfeeding the kid so that the father can't see the kid. This creature, I had to
Let's
get him.
find this legislation, right?
No. I got him 2 lawyers. I got him everything I could, mental health support. I got everything that I could. And even the lawyers that I spoke to said it was the most disgusting case of domestic abuse they've ever seen.
That's wild.
And so for me, I've got 2 mates. I've got my own parents. Everyone I've been around's been through it. So when I got sent the clip of what happened to you, I was like, oh yeah, she's testing what she can get away with. And I was like, first comes the belittling. And then she'll start demeaning. Then she'll start screaming. I think you escape the physical part where you get hit.
Yeah.
Normally, the next level up will be either property damage or a false allegation. I do believe you had a false allegation.
False allegation, yeah, definitely. And many of them.
Yep. Yeah. And then the worst case, and I don't think, Ryan, you realize how lucky you are to be here right now, because one of the top stories 60 Minutes has ever done, and you can check this out on YouTube, their most viral story ever was a man very similar to you. Just a nice guy, a regular dude, got into a relationship with a girl, and he said, I want to leave. And she had mental illness, and she goes, okay, I just got raped. He went to jail for 3 years, and you can check this on 60 Minutes.
That boils my blood.
No, 17 million views it's got. He did 3 years. I think it was 3. Don't fact check me. No, he did like 1.5 to 3 years. Gets out, and then she gets found guilty of making it up. She admits it, and I think she got less prison time than the guy she falsely accused. So the reason I want to do this is because I've covered female victims of abuse, and any man who does that belongs under the jail. I've covered victims of child abuse, and anyone who does that belongs in hell. But no one ever talks about domestic abuse towards men, and I don't think,
because it can be so subtle.
But it's like a lobster boiling in a pot.
It
doesn't
is
know
that
it's dying.
That's right. And it's a slow boil too. It's a very slow boil, right?
But I just want you to, just before you get into that,
Yeah.
do you realize how lucky you are that she didn't follow through and you didn't go to jail? Because that could have happened. You could have lost your freedom from this creature.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, have you ever thought about that?
There was so much I could have lost, right?
But did you think about how like what that would have been
every
like
day,
for you?
every day, and I'll level with everyone.
Yeah.
And this is hard for me to talk about. There was a point where, because I'm a very active, very social, very energetic person, right? There was a point where after the false allegations were being thrown around Australia and the world, because it's such a big show, I couldn't get off the lounge. I was glued to that lounge with the weight of depression just pushing down on me. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who my friends were. I was afraid to leave the house and come on, in case someone had seen these false allegations and come up and been like, you are an abuser. You are the bad one. You are evil, blah, blah, blah. So I was stuck. I was down. Like I was out for the count.